Hey nerds, what's up? It's Brian from Out of the Box Games, and we are going to look at the Winter Superdrop of 2023. So, before we get into this real quick, I'll just mention that there's a trend for secret layers now where basically Wizards of the Coast will include one value card with each bundle that typically warrants the price of the bundle. So in other words, they might have like a $30 card in a bundle warranting, the $30 price tag on them. And then you could look at it as the extra cards, whatever else is included in the bundle, be it additional card or bonus card for that matter. It's all just extra. It's kind of like icing on the cake at that point. That is the case oftentimes now, not always though, so it is worthwhile to kind of look through things and just make sure that at the end of the day you're getting your money's worth. That's really what this is about. There's a lot of secret layers. It gets very expensive very quickly to try to keep up with these. If you have a collector mentality like I do, you obviously want to try to get as many as you can, but at the same time you want it really to be a criteria of, do you need the card? You think it's something you can use down the road in some deck that you want to build. And at the end of the day, do you like the art? Those are the basic criteria. So let's take a look and see here. So let's look at the showcase bundle here. All will be one step in complete edition. I'm really excited about the all will be one set coming out. Can't wait to get my hands on some of this stuff. So the fact that they already have, the secret layer themed cards to match this set is really exciting. I'm not a huge fan of this pen and ink style. I haven't seen them in person yet, so it's one of those things where like that may very well change. But like the promotional images here, you see all the Phyrexian symbols just kind of splattered everywhere. It looks kind of ugly to me. You're already dealing with a kind of an ugly medium. This pen and ink style is already pretty garish. Super high contrast. It's not the most easy thing to look at. So as you can see, we punch up this card closer here. Phyrexian Unlife, for 3 mana, you get an enchantment. You don't lose the game for having 0 or less life. As long as you have 0 or less life, all damage is dealt to you as though its source had infect. So basically this kind of prolongs you from losing the game once you hit 0 or less. From then on, the damage dealt to you is as poison counters, basically. So as long as you have creatures on the battlefield that can block, or you have some kind of removal or something, you should be able to keep yourself in the game. If not, it's probably pretty useless. Decent card though. But yeah, the art style on this isn't resonating with me personally. I mean, it's okay. I'm just not blown away by it. Again, I have to see it in person. Maybe it's different that way. Phyrexian Crusader. So for 3, you get a Phyrexian Zombie Knight. It's a 2/2 with first strike, infect, and protection from red and white. That's pretty badass. This is an awesome card, actually. Not really feeling this artwork either. It's okay. Not blown away by it though, but great card. And Plague Engineer. This one actually looks pretty wicked. This is a badass card. Beautiful. It's a Phyrexian creature for 3. It's 2/2, Death Touch. As Plague Engineer enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Creatures of the chosen type your opponent's control get -1/1. Pretty decent. That's a decent card. Nothing crazy or anything here for this one, but looks amazing. Easily, I'd say the best one in this bunch. Urtai the Corrupted. So this one's 5 mana. It's a 3/4 Phyrexian Human Wizard. You can pay a blue, tap, sacrifice a creature enchantment, and counter a target spell. So very cool ability, but definitely at a cost. I mean, you got to have 5 mana just to cast this. Does require 3 colors, and then you have to have a spare blue, and you have to have a spare blue to actually get the activate the ability, and you have to have a creature or enchantment available to sacrifice. Oh, and the artwork for this one I'd say is decent. Again, I'm not blown away by this. I'm hoping these look really dope in person, but based on the images so far, it's pretty ugly. Glissa the Traitor, 3 mana, It's a 3/3 Phyrexian Zombie Elf with First Strike and Death Touch. That's an excellent combination. Gotta love that combo. Basically kill everything that you hit. Because you strike them first, they die with Death Touch. So this thing could kill a 10/10, most 10/10 creatures, and you don't get a scratch. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, you may return target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. Solid ability. It's definitely a solid card. Not to get repetitive here, but not blown away by the art. So I want to like it. I mean, I'm excited for the set. I like a lot of these cards, but this art variant, I don't know. I'm really hoping this looks a lot better than it does on a computer screen. Anyway, this is $50. Let's check out the value real quick and see if we're anywhere near that. My guess is that we probably are, just for the simple fact of that Phyrexian Crusader. So on Life, which I love this art. I actually really dig the original art more than this current Secret Lair version. It's a cheaper card. It's about $3. Let's see if it's actually selling for that. Yeah, a lot of damaged in there, but $2. Yeah. And I'll just mention real quick, don't pay too much mind to the foiled copies of any particular card offered in the Secret Lair bundle. It doesn't really accurately reflect what the Secret Lair card will be valued at in the secondary market. It's one of those things that's very misleading. Like, you look up this card and you could say, oh my God, there's one for $16 right now on TCG Player. But the problem is, it's just not accurate to reflect what people are willing to pay for this card typically, which is more like $3. Basically, these cards, the foiled value is higher simply for scarcity. This card only has one release. With New Phyrexia, the foil copies go for a premium price. It does not reflect that the Secret Lair copy or the Secret Lair version is going to have that kind of pricing. You don't want to go in with that frame of mind, or you can be very disappointed. I would go in with the frame of mind that this is going to be maybe double what the basic version is. So you're looking at maybe a $6 or $7 card. Always, you never know. There's always a potential for, for something to be off or kind of wacky. But I think that's pretty accurate. This will be probably about a $6 or $7 card. And let's get over to Phyrexian Crusader. This is probably where the value is really for this set. Yeah, so Phyrexian Crusader, it's actually not that much. I thought it would be a little more. But yeah, so the regular version is about $15. Foiled version is very expensive. This is also just one print so far, Mirrored and Besieged. So it was just one copy of that available. Very powerful card. Basically a $15 card. Again, ignore the foiled version. Just get it out of your mind because it's very, very misleading. Could be accurate, but that's the thing is you just don't know. It could be way off. So $15 card there. Plague Engineer, yeah, not particularly expensive or anything. Basically $1 on that. The Corrupted, let's look at that here. The Corrupted should be pretty decent, I think. Oh, weird. So you have a list version for cheap, no foiled version at all, basically $1. One single for that, and then you have this alt art version, which is bonkers, 630 currently going for, not many copies, and a $400, one copy sold for $400 not that long ago, a few days ago. But that's kind of a unique situation. I wouldn't really rely on that for any accuracy at all. Really, you're going to look at the plane shift, the regular plane shift version. The foiled version here this is crazy. Like, this is where you can get really thrown off. So you're looking up values for these cards, and you're like, holy shit, it's $112 for this thing right now. No, it's a card that's worth anywhere, it looks like, from $1 to $5. It just so happens certain foiled versions of it fetch a very big price. I would not go into that thinking that this secret layer copy is going to be anywhere near that. It's probably going to be under 20 bucks, to be honest. Could be even well under 20. Glissa the Traitor. Let's see where she's at. Hold on, did I read what that? Yeah. All right, Glissa. So, pre-release, oversized, Mirrodin Besieged. Let's look at that one. So again, foiled version, very expensive. Ignore that. Regular copy, few dollars. So that card's worth a few bucks. All right, so all in all, the actual card value here isn't that spectacular. It's really more about the theme. These are cards that you would actually want to use. They tie into the all will be one theme. So they can, they're all useful, potentially useful cards. So value-wise, I'd say it's definitely a gamble. I'd say it's a really hard call. It's tough to justify this bundle being $50. Personally, I would like to see this priced around $30, to be honest. I really don't think this is a $50 bundle. But then again, who knows? You may get your money's worth possibly with it. Typically, a lot of people do order the showcase bundles for secret layers. So if you only really just need like one of these or want one of these, it might be worthwhile to just buy that in the aftermarket and don't just get the whole thing. With that said, you also get a bonus card, and we don't know what that is. So that could actually, sometimes bonus cards can actually make a considerable difference. For me, I'm going to go in on it for the simple fact that I only have one of those cards and I need the rest of them. I might as well just get this anyway. Next bundle is Phyrexian Faves. And it looks like there's 5 cards in this one as well. And they're going to feature the Phyrexian language, which is a really cool aesthetic. Adds a lot of flavor to your deck. The downside, of course, is that you have to know what these cards do to make playing them easier. If not, you got to look it up on your phone and everything, which is annoying. That's badass. I love the... I don't know what is the S&M vibe here, the pinhead vibe going on. Those freaking thorns coming out of this dude. That's gnarly. I'm not a huge fan of reprints. I think it's important I'll mention that. I don't like the idea of reprints in general because it makes it so you don't want to buy into a set as much. I like the collectability aspect of like, hey, you have an opportunity to buy cards exclusive to this set. And, if you miss it, you miss it. It makes you want to invest in that set more. It makes the cards more desirable. I mean, this is common sense. Any collector knows this, but it's worth mentioning. I don't mind reprints for the sake of secret layers because that's the whole concept. That's really what secret layers are about for the most part. So, it's a nice option to have. Oh, you have a limited print of reprints. But I really hate the idea of reprints in general otherwise. And I really don't like the idea of reprints in secret layers, like having multiple secret layer copies of cards. That really is very annoying to me. But anyway, the artwork on these, I believe, is the same as the original. I don't think they even redid the artwork. I think it's basically just Phyrexian versions of it is all. I could be wrong, right? Looks like it. Let's take a look. Blighted Agent. Let's look that up here. So, yeah. Okay, so first of all, value-wise, this is a very cheap card. It's under $2. Wait, what was that? We have Mystery Booster Retail. Skip that one. Let's go to New Phyrexia. So, again, this is where they're so clever. Wizards of the Coast is very clever about this. This card, if you look it up online, it shows $50 for the foil copy. The non-foiled version is under $1. So you gotta dig a little deeper here. All right, Blighted Agent. This is a 1/1 human rogue for 2. Has Infect, and Blighted Agent is unblockable. It's pretty sweet. Pretty nasty little card, and it's only 2 mana, so I'd say this is worth more than $1. I mean, this to me is like worth maybe $3 or something. At any rate, this is not a heavy hitter of a card, but it's a nice inclusion. And the Son of Yawgmoth. So like this is an example of for instance, a card that was literally just reprinted in a secret layer drop for the Post Malone bundle. And I think, wasn't that the last? I think it was the secret layer drop before last. So 2 back, I believe. Something like that. I don't know. It was not that long ago at any rate. I don't like the idea of churning these out multiple times for secret layers. It makes it redundant. It's not interesting. Yeah, so it is the original art, looks like. It is the same art. I thought it was. It basically just has a Phyrexian treatment on it. So these are all out of stock. There's Commander 2019. Let's just roll with that. Commander 2019. And this is a $10 card. Yeah, $10 card. This is a lot to read, but let's just do it. Lifelink. So this is a 2/2 horror minion with lifelink. For each swamp and a cost, you may pay 2 life rather than pay that mana. Whenever you cast a black spell, put a 1/1 counter on Son of Yawgmoth. Yeah, I don't know what to say about it. I mean, like, it's a decent card. You can ramp this thing up. It looks really cool. So I would be glad to have that. Glistener Elf. Glistener Elf. So new Phyrexia as well. A lot of new Phyrexia prints. Makes sense. Glistener Elf. So for 1 mana, you get a 1/1 Elf Warrior with Infect. It's that simple. That's what you get. This is, yeah, basically $1 for this card. We're not going to even pay attention to the foil price. So far, very low value. Batterskull. So this one, we're going to ignore the Double Masters variant because that's kind of a higher tier variation of the card. But let's look at the new Phyrexia version, like we have been, and ignoring that foil cost right there, the normal version is about $5. That makes sense. Yeah, this is about a $5 rare. Or excuse me, $5 mythic. So for 5 mana, any color, living weapon. It's a living weapon. So when this equipment enters the battlefield, put a 0/0 black germ creature token onto the battlefield, then attach this to it. Equipped creature gets 4/4 and has vigilance and lifelink. You can pay 3 and return Batterskull to its owner's hand and equip for 5. So it's a weird artifact equipment you can just kind of keep churning. I don't know. Pretty cool. Pretty cool card. Still no crazy value. Inkmoth, I think, is a decent value card, I believe, right? Let's take a look at that. So the All Will Be One bundle, I feel like kind of lacked like a big heavy hitter, actually. This one does have it. Okay, so this bundle does have the card to make it worthwhile. So like I would get this bundle because I need the Inkmoth Nexus anyway. And basically you're getting your money's worth just getting this card. So the rest are just extra. So this is, let's see, from Mirrodin Besieged, $30, 30 plus actually for near mint. So near mint copies have sold for $38.25 today, actually, multiple copies. And yes, the foil copy is like double that. So it's a land that turns into a creature. You tap to add 1 mana to your mana pool. You can pay 1 mana of any color, and Inkmoth Nexus becomes a 1/1 Blink Moth artifact creature with flying and infect until end of turn, and it's still a land. So really sneaky way to hit your opponents with poison counters. So that's where the value is at with this bundle. That's the value card. And the rest are icing on the cake, basically. So this is an easy sell for me because I believe I need all these cards. No, actually I have Batterskull, but aside from that, I don't think I have any of these. So that's an easy one for me to choose anyway. And also I think it's worth mentioning, I don't think I try to get cards foiled only if they really are enhanced by it. You know, there's certain cards like these Phyrexian Faves. I don't really see any reason for these being foiled. I don't think it really accentuates the art. But there are sometimes cards where I think they do benefit from having that effect. Clearly, this All Will Be One Step and Complete, that's part of the bundle, the whole fact of it having those holographic Phyrexian symbols and everything. So that's a unique thing in itself. Anyway, so draw your hand. Draw your hand. Okay. So you got 4 cards in this bundle. This looks interesting. Let's see what this is all about. So this is like, looks like 1960s kind of like rock concert poster vibe going on. So I'm liking this. I think this style appeals to me. We have Eldrazi Conscription. Conscription, that's a weird word. Deafening Silence. Very cool. And Counterbalance. Nice. And Bruna, Light of Alabaster. Cool. These I like these treatments on these cards. Not real familiar with them except Counterbalance. So let's see what this is. Eldrazi Conscription. So this has Ultimate Masters and Rise of the Eldrazi. Let's check out Rise of the Eldrazi. So this is a tribal enchantment, Eldrazi Aura. Enchant creature. So this costs 8 mana. So pretty hefty cost, but your creature gets 10/10 and has Trample and Annihilator 2. Annihilator 2, whenever it attacks defending player, sacrifices 2 permanents. So it sounds like you basically turn a creature into like almost like an Ulamog kind of beast. So pretty cool. I mean, it cost 8, so but there's some ways to cheat that mana cost potentially. Pretty badass, actually. I'm digging this thing. This is gonna be great, and a really interesting art style to it. Very different than the original, that's for damn sure. I do like the original more. You see that big ass thing coming in, you know, looming into the background. That's pretty wild. So this is looks like a $15 card. Maybe a little more. Looks like give or take 15 bucks. So that's decent. And then Deafening Silence. Deafening Silence. Yeah, oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot. I didn't know it by name, but I remember this card. This is from Throne of Eldraine. Just an uncommon. Nothing crazy. Each player can't cast more than 1 non-creature spell each turn. There's only one version of it, so that's kind of cool, I guess. But this is nothing crazy at all. Basically slows down gameplay, particularly for the opponents. There's certain strategy you can play where you kind of slow everyone down from developing. You can do things like gives you time to play things like Exalted Deeds. All right, so Deafening Silence looks like it's going for a little over $1. Nothing to write home about there. Counterbalance. Is this the value card for this bundle? I think it is. Yes. So Cold Snap. This is from Cold Snap. It's an uncommon, but it's a card that kind of it's one of those cards where it's like you could argue it's more like a rare almost in its ability. So it's a 2 mana drop enchantment. Whenever an opponent plays a spell, you may reveal the top card of your library. If you do, counter that spell if it has the same converted mana cost as the revealed card. This thing can be really annoying to keep stunting the opponent. It looks like it's $30, actually a little over $30. So that's the value card right there. So basically, if you don't have a counterbalance, you get this bundle and you get yourself a few extra bonus cards. All right, so what do we got? Last one is Bruna, Light of Alabaster. Alabaster is a beautiful translucent stone. They make chess pieces out of it. Sometimes they look gorgeous. So this card is under $1. Yikes. With a super expensive foiled version. Again, telling you, man, Wizards is very smart about this. They're going to get people looking these cards up online and be like, holy crap, this is a $50 card. No, it's a 78-cent card. What the hell does this thing do? I don't know about this card. 6 mana for a 5/5 flying angel with vigilance. Whenever Bruna attacks or blocks, you may attach it to any number of auras on the battlefield, and you may put onto the battlefield attached to it any number of aura cards that could enchant it from your graveyard and or hand. That reads really awkwardly. Very strong ability and everything, but it's not cheap. I mean, this is basically a commander card, right? So yeah, so you got yourself a little commander card there for under $1. Just kind of a nice throw-in, I guess, a nice little inclusion. I don't know. The art here looks great, though. This is actually probably my favorite one of the bunch. It'd be nice if we could get the full scale here. There we go. Yeah, I think that one looks the best. Anyway, so is this worth it? Yes, of course. You get counterbalance, and the rest are just extra. Okay, what's that leave us with? Snakes with superfluous S's. Snakes. Okay. We got Hex Drinker. Hex Drinker. That looks like trashy Photoshop. I don't know. I'm not feeling that. Lotus Cobra. Pretty much a staple in green decks. But this art is bunk. This is awful. Good Lord. Sashiro the Anointed. I don't know about this. Ice-Fang. Ice-Fang. This looks cool. Oh, it's Crocodile Jackson. Nice. I like that. I like that style. I like that artist. He's cool. And, Stonecoil Serpent. Nice. All right, and this one's art. I'm digging this. This looks pretty fun. This is wild. Got some wacky shit going on here. Okay. All right. Let's find these guys. I have a feeling, because I think the only I think the only card that would be considered valuable in this bundle would be Stonecoil. But even that one, I don't think that one's worth much. All right. So Hex Drinker has only one copy from Modern Horizons, one print of this card. It's strange. I don't know. I'm not familiar with this card, and it looks like it's a Planeswalker. I don't know what the hell's going on. Some kind of variant of a Planeswalker. First of all, the price is $5. It's a $5 card. Level up 1. Put a level counter on this. Level up only as a sorcery. Okay. So that means it's... Wait, hold on. And it's a 2/1. And then level 3 to 7, protection from instants. It's a 4/4. Level 8+, protection from everything, and it's a 6/6. Level up, pay 1. Okay. Cool concept. This is pretty neat, actually. So from what I can tell here, it looks like it is some kind of variant on a Planeswalker, but I don't know if you play this like a Planeswalker. You may just play it as a creature. Well, it is a creature, so I guess you have to play it as a creature. But you can boost it up in an interesting way. This is kind of neat. I think this would be fun to play, actually. Anyway, so that's $5, $5 card there. Lotus Cobra, I don't really have to look it up, but I will anyway. But I think it's a couple dollars. It's a lot of, not a lot, but there are different variations of it. Let's go with, I think the cheapest would be the showcase version. So yeah, $1.40, $1.50. Okay, yeah, so under $2 basically. And Sashiro. Oh, and real quick, we'll just mention every time you play a land, every time a land enters the battlefield under your control, add 1 mana of any color. So if you're able to, play a bunch of land to the battlefield, you can get a ton of mana. All right, Ice-Fang. Ice-Fang, yeah. From Modern Horizons. For just 2 mana, you get a 1/1 snake, but it's flying and it has flash. So you can play it during the opponent's turn. When Ice-Fang enters the battlefield, draw a card. That's nice. So you can maybe blink this, start drawing a whole bunch of cards. Ice-Fang has Death Touch as long as you control at least 3 other snow permanents. Poison counters, right? All right, anyway, so that's that. I think there's one more. Yeah, there's one more. So then Stonecoil, my guess this is about $4 or $5. Maybe. I don't know. I can't remember. I have this card, I just haven't even looked at it in a while. So let's go with this version here from Throne of Eldraine. The basic version. It's a so has reach, trample, protection from multicolored, and Stonecoil Serpent enters battlefield with X +1/1 counters on it. So it's like, what is it, like Shivan Dragon basically. You can whatever mana you have to spare, you pump into this thing. So if you have seven mana, you get yourself a 7/7 snake with reach, trample, and protection from multicolored. Very powerful card, and it's very flexible. It's colorless, so it fits into like any damn deck you want to use it in. Kind of surprised actually by the price. It's only just over $1. Damn. I find that very surprising. And the foiled version of this looks pretty sick because all these little green highlights really pop. Anyway, value-wise, this bundle is a loser, in my opinion. I'd say unless you really are going hard on the snake theme, or you really need all these cards for some reason, I'd say it's not a good deal. And for me personally, again, it's subjective, but 3 of these arts are pretty awful, with 2 of them being quite bangers, I think. Actually, the more I look at these, I like them more. Simple, cartoonish, it's just fun style. And this is very crazy. This reminds me of the, oh God, I can't remember what the hell card it was, but it was from the gay multiverse bundle. What was that card? That's annoying. I can't think of it, but has that kind of weird, symbolic, chaotic vibe going on. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, snakes is a loss. Definitely don't get it foiled. Holy God, you'd be paying $40 for like $10 worth of cards. I don't know. Bad deal on that one. Anyway, 90s binder experience. What the hell is this? So this has 5 cards. Wow. Holy acid land. This is like Alice in Wonderland meets My Little Pony. Okay. So this is a bundle, like I was talking about earlier, that would benefit from being foiled. You can totally see how these being foiled would be pretty awesome, actually. Props to anyone for playing these cards. Holy crap. All right, what do we got here? Alm's Collector. So for 4 mana, you get a Cat Cleric with Flash, and it's a 3/4. If an opponent would draw 2 or more cards, instead, you and that player each draw a card. Cool. So, nice. So players are going to draw cards every damn turn, so this guarantees you get an extra card quite frequently. So this is awesome. Solid. And it's so cute. Look at that kitty. Crested Sunmare. So this is 5 mana for a 5/5 horse. I feel like it should be a unicorn. They should have put a unicorn in here for this one, right? Other horses you control have indestructible, and at the beginning of each end step, if you gained life this turn, create a 5/5 white horse creature tokens. Goreclaw, Terror of Cal Sisma. Okay, right on. So for 4 mana, you get a 4/3 bear. I'm actually trying to make a bear deck, so this could be useful for it. I don't think I have Goreclaw in it. Maybe I do. Creature spells you cast with power 4 or greater cost 2 less to cast. Whenever Goreclaw attacks, each creature you control with power 4 or greater gets +1/1 and gains trample till end of turn. Okay, that's cool. Too bad it's not 3 mana to play this, though. Like 2 colorless and 1 green. That would be really nice, but okay. Yeah, foiled, this will look really awesome, actually. With, this moon will just glow and all this rainbow crap going on in the stars. This is pretty weird, wild stuff here. And then we have Rin Tin Tin, the Inseparable. So 4 mana for this, mixing in 3 colors. For a legendary creature, Dog Cat. It's a 4/4. Whenever you cast a dog spell, create a 1/1 green cat creature token. Whenever you cast a cat spell, create a 1/1 white dog creature token. Pay 3 and tap An inseparable deals damage to any target equal to the number of dogs you control. You gain life equal to the number of cats you control. Jesus. All right, so this thing's very powerful. Not crazy mana involved either. 4 mana, it's just that you need the mix of 3 colors, which isn't super hard, really. Whenever you cast a dog spell. Yeah, I mean, if you're all in on cats and dogs, there you go. Cool. Yeah, protect that thing and you off to the races. Exotic Orchard. Wow. Candyland. Okay. So you tap and add 1 mana of any color that a land an opponent controls could produce. Pretty straightforward. Where the rainbow gets its colors and the sun finds its shine. Right on. Okay, so that's the cards. That's what they do. That's what they look like. Let's check out value time. All right. So there's only one copy of this, or one version of this card from Commander 2017. And it looks like it's around $9. Okay, so that's decent. Off to a good start. Crested Sunmare is probably going to be a cheapie. Okay, or not. Hour of Devastation. All right, so like $5 actually. Damn. Okay, I guess people are running a lot of horses out there. So we got $15 total so far. Goreclaw. Goreclaw. Okay, I think I do have this card actually. It's from Core Set 2019, and it's $4 to $5. All right, so far, not crazy value, but decent. Still got 2 more cards to go. Ah, there we go. That's weird. So there's only a buy a box promo version of this card. Strange. Okay. Yeah, and it's not by any other title or anything. Huh, okay. So it only exists as a promo. It's kind of interesting. So it's basically a $20 card. All right, $20 card. Thing about this bundle is you got to get it foiled. So it's going to be $40. And I don't know if we're really there with the value. So Exotic Orchard, I mean, it's basically a cheap, it's a rare, but it's a cheap card. It's reprinted many, many times. Under $1. I'd say typically maybe a quarter or so, around there. But this is such a strange version of it. It could be, you know, it could be decent. It could be a $15 card, to be honest. It's really hard to tell. Yeah, so value, this one's tricky because the face value of it is not, like, it's not great, but it's not bad. I would only be interested in this bundle foiled. So at $40, I don't know. I mean, I probably would have to get it just for the weird factor that this art is nutty. But I could definitely see why people would pass on this, either for the art or just the fact that the value is really not overwhelming. All right, and then we have 2 more here. We have City Styles, 5 cards. And it looks like we're going for like a high fashion, maybe not high fashion, but a fashion theme here. Kind of like If Looks Could Kill. That bundle just came out recently as well. I think that was the last set. I don't think it's the same artist though. No, this one's an Asian artist. So we got Sakashima, the Imposter, for 4 mana. You get a 3/1 human rogue. You may have Sakashima enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield. Except its name is Sakashima the Imposter. It's legendary in addition to its other types, and it has pay 4 and return this creature to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. Okay, that's interesting. Not really feeling the art on this card. It's not bad. It just doesn't really, I don't know. It exists. Massacre Girl. 5 mana for a 4/4 human assassin with menace. When Massacre Girl enters the battlefield, each other creature gets -1/1 until end of turn. Whenever a creature dies this turn, each creature other than Massacre Girl gets -1/1 until end of turn. I swear, reading some of these cards out loud, it sounds so redundant. But for 5 mana, yikes! I don't know, man. I do like the art on this a little more. You got this whole like Spencer's Gifts kind of goth girl going on with a blade through like an arcade or something. It's kind of cool, and clearly she sliced everyone up. So she's a sore loser, I guess. This one's cool. I like this one. The card itself, I don't know. Not crazy about it. As Azusa, Lost But Seeking. This is really elegant, quite beautiful. Definitely Japanimation vibes for sure. You may play 2 additional lands on each of your turns. I love that. Isn't that nice? Straightforward. Simple to read. Right to the point. That's a strong card. For 3 mana, you're playing 2 additional lands on each of your turns. 2 additional lands. Damn. That's powerful. My guess is that's probably the value card in this bundle. Teysa Karlov. This chick's in tight leather pants, like a rock star vibe going on. Diva rock star. 4 mana for a 2/4 human advisor. If a creature dying causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Nice. I love that ability. Creature tokens you control have vigilance and lifelink. Nice. Okay. Sweet. This is a solid card, especially given like current the Phyrexian cards, right? With additional triggers and creating Phyrexian tokens and stuff. This is cool. Is that it? One more. Paradise Mantle. Artifact equipment. Definitely not feeling the art here. Has that vibe like that was found in the Multiverse bundle, which for me was really hit or miss. Like there was a couple that were quite beautifully done, and then the rest were like, they look kind of like this, if not worse. Anyway, this is an equipped creature. The equipped creature has tap and add 1 mana of any color, and you equip it for 1. There's a use for this card. It's just nothing to get too psyched up about. Anyway, so let's check value on these. My guess is Sakashima should be decent. I don't think this one's going to be crazy value, but yeah, okay. From Saviors of Kamigawa. Let's look at that. $1,000 for a foiled copy. What the hell? I don't know what that's all about. The foiled copy is expensive. Granted, it goes for over $100, but we're not worried about that. We're looking at the base price of just a regular copy of this card, and it looks like it's a $10 to $12 card. Decent value. Good start here. Massacre Girl. Yeah, that's under $1 for sure. Yeah, 50 cents or less. Okay. I love the style here, though. Like, she just sliced everyone up. Really cool art. And it's not a bad card. It's just that, unfortunately, it's 5 mana. Be nice if it was a 3 mana drop. If it was a 3 mana drop, that'd be sick. Okay. There we go. Okay, this is looking pretty good. See, I figured this card would be... I thought it'd be worth more than this and what I'm seeing. It looks like it's a $10 card. And Teysa Karlov. Okay. Yeah, so this one's from Ravnica Allegiance. Near mint version just sold today, $340, $470. Let's say $3 to $5. $3 to $5 on that. And Paradise Mantle. So no crazy value here either. Yeah, $5 basically. Let's say $5 to $6. Modern Masters. Let's look at Fifth Dawn. These foiled copies, I'm telling you, it's so bizarre. It's like, not bizarre, but it's so misleading. You see this thing, you're like, oh my god, it's a $40 artifact equipment card. No, It's like a $5 to $6 card. And even that, actually, I think that's pretty generous for this card. That's kind of surprising, actually. Anyway, so I don't know if this bundle would really benefit aesthetically from being foiled. I guess it would. It's got some shine. The art has some like sparkle effect going on here a little bit. Here you have some like, not neon, but, well, sort of neon coloring and lighting going on. I guess these could benefit from being foiled. I just don't know if the value's there for this particular bundle. I think I would get this, probably get it foiled though. I would take a chance on it. I'd be worried that because the only card I really want, well, I want 2 cards from this. I want, where is it? Lost But Seeking and the Karlov. I want those 2 cards, but I'm worried that, and I would like them to be foiled, and I'm just worried that they're going to cost about the price of the damn bundle for the unfoiled versions. Unless you're in a situation like that where you actually really want or need a couple of these cards in the bundle, particularly the more valuable ones, it doesn't really make sense to buy the whole thing. And then lastly, we have Sam Burley. I don't think I'm familiar with that artist. Let's take a look here. So we got 4 cards. Wow, okay, very cool art. We have Braid of Fire for 2 mana. Finally got some red cards. I feel like I haven't seen like hardly any red in these secret layer drops. So we have Cumulative Upkeep, add a mountain, and that's an enchantment. So Cumulative Upkeep, interesting. Okay, and then Koth of the Hammer. Oh, and I can already tell this bundle would greatly benefit from being foiled. When you see fire like this, it looks awesome foiled. So that would make a significant difference in these. Koth of the Hammer, that's 4 mana for a planeswalker that enters with 3 counters. +1, untap target mountain. It becomes a 4/4 red elemental creature until end of turn. It's still a land. Pay 2 counters. Add a mountain for each mountain you control. And pay 5, you get an emblem with mountains you control have tap. This land deals 1 damage to any target. That's interesting. Really wild art here. It's kind of cool how he's coming apart like with lava and rock and stuff. Sweet. And Master of the Wild Hunt. That's a 4 mana human shaman. It's a 3/3. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token, and then you can tap Wild Hunt, and then tap all untapped wolf creatures you control. Does it really need to say untapped wolf creatures? I think that's redundant, right? Tap all wolf creatures you control. Each wolf tap this way deals damage equal to its power to target creature. That creature deals damage equal to its power divided as its controller chooses among any number of those wolves. Jesus. I hate reading cards like that. I do like the art, though. The art is really neat. It looks like some kind of virtual reality action going on. Like even the wolves are playing along. That looks really neat. And I like the touch here of having this wolf up close blurred. It really adds to the effect of motion. Not to get too geeky with that sort of thing, but and good coloring, nice and purple. Very cool looking. I like it. And then we got Karthus, Tyrant of Jund for, I can't add, 7 mana. For 7 mana, you get a 7/7 dragon, legendary dragon, with flying and haste. When Karthus enters a battlefield, gain control of all dragons, then untap all dragons. Other dragon creatures you control have haste. Don't fear death, fear Karthus. Cool flavor text. Not blown away by this dragon. Looks awesome. But, and it's a strong dragon. It's a 7/7. Obviously, it's flying. It's a dragon. And has haste. A lot of dragons have haste, though. And the ability is kind of underwhelming to me, unless you're playing up against another deck that happens to have a lot of dragons, or you're playing up against, like, say, a blue or Dimir deck that is stealing a lot of your creatures. I don't know if you'll really make a lot of use of gaining control of all dragons. And as far as giving other dragons haste, like I said, a lot of dragons already have haste, so that's kind of weak. If this dragon was like 5 mana, maybe. But at this cost, I don't know about that. This one in particular I think is pretty cool, but not really blown away by them collectively. So this is from Cold Snap. Don't even look at the foil price. This is a $10 to $12 card. Not bad, right? 10 to 12 bucks. Decent. Hammer time. Pretty cheap. Okay, so this is like $3 to $4 from Scars of Mirrodin or the dual deck Spencer and Koth. Koth or Koth? I don't know how you pronounce this exactly, but and Wild Hunt. Damn, low value on these, man. Yikes. Cool art though. I like this original art too. It's a little weird. He's wearing elk horns, or elk antlers, but I don't know. I like it otherwise. It's pretty cool, especially with those wolves flanking him. So there's a cheapie, not worth much anything. Probably because it's a freaking pain in the ass to read. And then Tyrant of Jund. Basically, that's like a $5 card. So, wow, low value in this bundle for sure. Man, that's probably a pass. I don't know. I don't know. I don't see much reason to buy this one.
Giveaway of the day.
Hey nerds, if you want to win a Wild Mongrel and help the channel out, all you got to do is comment below what your favorite Secret Lair bundle is that you anticipate getting from the winter drops of 2023. And on the last day that they're available, I'll choose a comment at random to win one of these. Anyway, that's that. I hope you found this useful, or at least interesting. And thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.